What it's like to drive a Nissan GT R with the PlayStation controller. For the decade the Nissan GT R has been on sale, I've railed against haters dismissing it as a PlayStation car. Sure, it leans heavily on technology. Its reputation for acceleration stats and straight-line performance, still impressive after all these years. What people don't seem to appreciate, however, is that within the GT R lurks a true driver's car, rich in feedback, beautifully balanced, and hugely interactive at the limit. Call this campaign a personal mission, one I thought won now that the Porsche 911 Turbo has reversed their roles and gone all technik-uber-alles. Until a bold and eye-catching stunt pulled by Nissan Europe rather blew my argument out of the water and confirmed all those gamer car stereotypes. Yes, to celebrate the GT R's 10-year anniversary and launch of Gran Turismo Sport, it has built an R35U drive, for real, from a DualShock4 PlayStation control pad. If you're a graduate of the Gamers to Racers Gran Turismo Academy like Brit Jan Martinborough, currently living the dream in Japan racing a Celsonic liveried Nismo GT R GT500 and Super GT, you do so round Silverstone at over 130 miles per hour from the co-pilot's seat of a Robinson R44 helicopter. Incredibly, Martinborough averaged 76 miles per hour for the 1.6-mile national circuit lap, against the 83 miles per hour of conventionally driven car. Watch the video and you may cry fake. But the car is real. And can be driven round Silverstone remotely, exactly as depicted. How do I know? Because I've just done the same. Full disclosure, the Robinson is absent and I drive from a following Nissan Rogue around a sectioned-off training circuit. But to sit in the passenger seat of a chase car, hit up on the D-pad of a DualShock controller and see the unoccupied GT R head tense into gear against the brakes is no less extraordinary. Behind me one of the guys who built the car sits with the kill switch in hand, his colleague trackside ready with the same. There's some controversy about the lack of a damage feature in GT Sport, but out here in the real world it's very much enabled. And the consequences of contact with the barriers will be more serious than hitting restart. If danger threatens and they hit the button, the ignition will cut, the pneumatic ram operating the brake pedal will attempt to punch it through the firewall and the GT R will stop dead. I draw a breath and release the L2 trigger. The taillights go out and the GT R starts to creep forward. This is really weird. I tickle R2 and the car squats and takes off. Whoa. L2. L2. The brake lights blaze and the GT R comes to an almost immediate halt, our chase driver already taking evasive action. He's had a day of this and is pretty frosty by now. Okay. Try again. Nudge of R2 and into the tight left hairpin before us. My attempt at a smooth turn and descends into a mess of jerky inputs and corrections, but I stay off the brakes and trust in the GT R's ability to navigate a second gear corner at around 20 miles per hour. I later learned that on Martinborough's lap he was hard enough on the throttle to trigger the stability control on corner exit. Suffice to say, I'm a little more cautious. The inside of the straight has a line of small wizard hat cones for visual reference. Tempting as it is to live out my Gran Turismo fantasies and take them out in a blizzard of orange plastic, I'm wary of our friend in the back seat with his kill switch. My attempt at keeping it straight is more invitation to a DUI conviction than a pro racer's confident line, but having seen previous participants trundle along at 10 miles per hour maximum, I'm determined to make our chase driver work for his lunch.